What is a personal brand? Why do people build personal brands? And why is so much of a hype today to create personal brands? Okay, we'll clear it all in today's video. So please grab your coffee and sit right back. So, what is a personal brand? A personal brand is what someone thinks about you when you are not in the room. Let's say you're a student or someone who is upskilling every day, learning new skills, or maybe reading good books, or creating an identity of his own to cut out from the crowd and create something of his own. So when you are doing so, you would definitely want to help people out in some way or the other through the kind of work you do, or maybe through whatever you're learning. So you go out on a particular platform, maybe on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want, and start sharing whatever you learn, or maybe choose a specific niche and then start creating content around that. This helps you build credibility and identity of your own. People always get intrigued about what kind of work you do, why are you visible so much out there, and that's how your personal brand works. Most of you would be thinking that this is a similar term, like in the marketing world there are a lot of terms being introduced, and this might be one of them and would go back with time, or maybe would vanish over time. But no, personal brand is here to stay, and with time it will only evolve and its importance will grow over time. So it's high time you start building your own personal brand, because I'm here to share with you some of the tips and insights about why is a personal brand important, and how you can get started with creating your own. Because trust me on this, it gives you that extra leverage or edge on at least your career, which can be fruitful to you in any way. Trust me on this when I say that when I started out with building my own personal brand, so the most leverage which I got over was over the time on LinkedIn, and it opened doors to so many numerous opportunities for me. Like, there was so many people just connecting, they were loving my content out there, whatever I was sharing, I was learning each day. And that's just how I built over a community of more than 2800 people right now. Just think of it, this is the same me who was 6 months back, not didn't even know about what to do. But once I started being consistent on a particular platform, sharing whatever I learn each day, so I basically talk about personal branding, somewhat about LinkedIn growth, and a bit of the marketing, copywriting, stuff like that. So you can definitely go on and follow me on my LinkedIn. You will definitely get a lot of free insights on building and growing your own personal brand. And trust me on this is the need of the hour. Whenever I feel a bit of low, I have built such a beautiful community out there who always supports me no matter what. No matter how much I feel depressed at times, whenever I see that my work, my content is out there helping people out in some way or the other, that joy is very indifferent. And I feel that each one of us has that kind of, that knowledge to share with their peers and build a good community which supports them at times. And I think growing and showing your work out there, putting your work out there, building something of your own is something which gives you a better leverage over everyone else. You can be the talk of the show, and that definitely matters, right? So here are 4 reasons why you need to build your personal brand and why is it important for you. 1, it helps you stand out from the crowd. So the best example which I can show you of building a personal brand and showing up with your work out there is one of Ishant Sharma. You would have saw that guy. He dropped out of his college and started creating videos on YouTube, sharing some content out there on LinkedIn, just being there with his content. That's what he actually did. And look at him now. I mean, whenever he goes anywhere, people just know him. Why? Because he has built his own personal brand. He is visible out there online. He showcases whatever he learns every day. And I think that's what differentiates him from the others. So yes, this is a high time you start building your own, because it definitely gives you an edge over the others, and who doesn't love that? 2, numerous opportunities open for you. So When I started creating content on LinkedIn, I started getting appreciated for the kind of content I make and got opportunities from in numerous places. Yes, I got invited to my first podcast after that. Yes, I closed my first few clients over there. I got some of my most high quality clients only through LinkedIn, and that is the best feeling ever. After that, I also got to learn and know from so many people out there. Most of the founders, CEOs, CXOs, and coaches are out there on LinkedIn. And if you can connect with them, if you can make a good connection with them, just engage with their content, just try to know them better, it opens you to a lot of opportunities out there, because whenever they need any kind of help from you, you will be there for them, right? And it definitely gives you that extra edge. And plus, the best part is you can definitely get financial security through sharing your work, through hosting some of the live classes, some master classes, or packaging what kind of work you do and how it can help people out there. Just try to be a bit better at copywriting, and that's all that you need. And yes, on LinkedIn, there is only 3 to 5% of the community out there who is actually creating content. So there is a lot more scope for you to stand out amongst others just through creating your own content. So I think each one of us needs to know this and leverage this for our own advantage. 3, the community you build definitely is your biggest cheerleader. So yes, whenever you share, you start creating that credibility, you get that authentic vibe. People start knowing you, people start getting questions about you, about what do you exactly do that you're visible so much out there, just you or your content, and they relate with you the most. And that's when they get to check out what kind of work you do, and they become a better community who is there to support you at times when no one does. And I think that's the prettiest part of it. Even on days you do not feel like working, even on days when you just don't feel you'd feel low just because of some of the petty things coming out there, that's when your community will be out there to support you. And I think that's the most beautiful thing. 4, people will always screen you online. I mean, yes, it feels so good when people know you just because of the work you do, just because of the kind of content you create. That's the biggest advantage of creating your own personal brand. It gives you that credibility, that kind of acceptance which you actually deserve, and you definitely stand out from the crowd because 90% of them are not actually doing this. And it's high time, even if you are someone who is a fresh graduate looking for a job, or looking out for opportunities out there, want to land up with your first job, just go out there, start creating content, connect with people in your domain. I think the best platform to start with has to be LinkedIn, after which you can also go on to Instagram and YouTube. And I think Facebook also works if you know the right way to do it. And yes, there's so much of free content out there on YouTube. Just utilize those to your advantage and start creating content. That's all that's needed for you to build your personal brand today. And trust me on this, you're gonna get a lot of opportunities. Just go on a ghost mode for the next 6 months, start creating content just as a side hustle. Try to give at least 1 or 2 hours to it a day, and it will compound to a lot. It will give you so much in return that you can't even expect that. So yes, this is high time you start doing that for yourself. There are so many of the people who have built up great businesses just by starting and showing up with their content each day. And it's high time you start doing that. I mean, I'm not saying you to go out there and start building your entire business when you know nothing about it. No, I'm not saying you to do that. But you just need to go out there, start learning. You will eventually find out what is your niche, how you need to work upon it. And I think I'll keep creating content around this, because I think this is the need of the hour. And there are many people who are unaware of the fact, because I've saw so many of my friends land up to so many job opportunities, internships, and career advancement just by building up their personal brand. So yes, and I think my next video has to be on how to LinkedIn and how to take it to your advantage to build your personal brand, grow out there. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any other questions related to personal branding or creating content out there, do leave in the comments below. I'll definitely try to reply to you. And thank you so much for watching my content. I really appreciate you being here.